Meet Shanny, the internet's most chaotic train wreck.
From a situation where I need to be out of because I can't handle it anymore.
I didn't do anything, though.
You're a liar.
Oh, hasn't been on his meds for months. And I'm sick of being treated like a goddamn yo-yo. I am a human being.
A power mom, an affectionate girlfriend, and of course a well-loved and celebrated content creator. If you've spent even a few minutes lurking around the locale corners of the internet, there's a solid chance you've already crossed paths with this unhinged force of chaos known as Shanny for Christ. And if you haven't, congratulations, your algorithm has been merciful. Because diving into Shanny's lore is not entertainment so much as it is an endurance test. It's a collection of moments so uncomfortable, so grim, that watching them feels less like content consumption and more like a personal mistake. Trust us. What makes Shanny especially fascinating, if that's the right word, is her longevity. She's been online for nearly a decade, accumulating achievements like scamming supporters, mistreating her children, losing custody of her 2 sons to CPS, and broadcasting a never-ending, deeply toxic relationship with her longtime partner, Rev. And Rev, also known as Jason, isn't just a side character. He's a co-conspirator. Together, the two managed to burn through $700,000 of Jason's inheritance in roughly 2 years. It's safe to say that they're one of the internet's most toxic, insane, and disgusting couples ever. After burning through thousands of dollars, these two resorted to some of the cheapest tactics imaginable to make a living, like creating graphic content, begging people online, lying about illnesses, and airing their personal fights for everyone to see. At times, things became so bad that the police had to get involved. Shanny, for instance, was arrested on one occasion for beating the hell out of Jason.
I'm going to jail. What? I'm going to jail.
Real quick, what you guys say?
Why are you going to jail?
They're pressing charges on me for me hitting you.
So you're going to be responsible for the boys tonight, okay?
I didn't want to press charges.
You understand?
I understand.
Okay.
I didn't want.
But despite all these seemingly minor problems, their relationship somehow continued through it all, until now. Because in the past few days, something happened that finally brought their decades-long spiral to a halt, at least temporarily. Today, we're diving headfirst into the disturbing, chaotic, and frankly unbelievable lore of Shanny and Rev. This story is just as insane as it is entertaining. So buckle up, because this is going to be one hell of a disgusting ride. So the main character of today's story is, of course, Shanny. Her birth name is Shannon Eileen McGrow. She's been divorced twice and has 2 sons from her first marriage. As of now, she's well over 40 years old. Her first marriage ended sometime around 2010. She later remarried a man named Christopher Dornbush, only to divorce him as well in 2017. Around this time, Shanny was already living with her mother, so when her marriage to Christopher fell apart, he moved out, leaving Shanny behind with her mother and her 2 children. Shanny has since claimed to suffer from several mental illnesses, including borderline personality disorder and bulimia. She has stated that the reason she initially created her YouTube channel was to spread awareness about her eating disorder. According to her, she kickstarted her YouTube journey after experiencing what she described as a near-death purging episode. While there's limited documentation of her earliest presence on YouTube, some Reddit users have claimed that her content originally had a solid premise, exposing the darker realities of bulimia. But over time, the focus shifted. Her channel stopped being about recovery or awareness and instead devolved into unhinged, nonsensical drama that ultimately led nowhere. At that point in her life, Shanny was arguably at her lowest. She was freshly divorced, had 2 children to care for, had been living in her mother's house for quite some time, and had no job. In fact, she never seriously attempted to get one. So her only real outlet became her YouTube channel, Shanny for Christ. Through it, she became involved in an online space known as the Great Debate Community, a group dedicated to preaching about God and aggressively debating atheists online in an attempt to prove God's existence. These debates, especially when Shanny was involved, were often completely absurd. For instance, in 2014, she appeared on the Drunken Peasants podcast, where she famously argued about the existence of the moon.
Well, I got some advice for you, Shannon. Head out to Walmart, buy a cheap plastic 1999 telescope, and look at the moon. Look at Mars. Actually, Mars is in a good rotation right now to where you can actually see it.
How about no?
How about yes? Because
How
if
about
you
no?
get this stuff
Because I
about
walk by
angels
faith,
existing-
not by sight.
Well, I got some advice for you, Shannon. Head out to Walmart, buy a cheap plastic 1999 telescope and look at the moon. Look at Mars. Actually, Mars is in a good rotation
No.
right now to where you
No.
can actually
How about no?
see it.
How about no?
How about yes? Because
How
if
about
you
no?
get this stuff
Because I
about
walk by
angels
faith,
existing,
not by sight.
And as if that wasn't enough, she attempted to drag her children onto the microphone mid podcast, prompting them to declare how much they loved God.
Duty.
Yeah.
Let me just prove a point. William, come here.
Here, she's bringing her kid over.
Come here, William. I have a question. Let me just prove my point. William, come here.
Child abuse.
What do you think of Jesus Christ?
He is awesome.
He's awesome. Do you love him?
I love him a lot.
Objection.
Tell him how you
Leading
read the
the
Bible
witness.
every night.
Yeah. And I'm just joking. What she's doing here isn't child abuse, obviously.
I read the Bible for like 30
Here,
minutes.
come closer here. They gotta hear you. Come on, tell them. Tell them.
Tell them, slave.
Bible
Tell them how much you love my Christ child.
like 30 minutes almost every day and two chapters and mostly in the summer.
This appearance essentially set the tone for what would become Shanny's online legacy, a long list of bizarre moments that seemed to exist well outside the boundaries of normal human reasoning. Outside of her online behavior, Shanny also didn't appear to have a healthy relationship with her parents, with whom she was living at the time. In several videos, she claimed that her mother had been abusive toward her during childhood. Now, before you feel too sympathetic, it's important to understand one thing. Shanny is one of the most incoherent narrators the internet has ever seen. Whatever she says, there's a strong chance that only about 5% of it is grounded in reality. And we say this because years later, her mother publicly responded. She uploaded an entire YouTube video detailing just how unbearable it was to live with Shanny after her divorce. According to her, police were called to the house multiple times. Shanny never cleaned her room. Her children allegedly urinated on the floor instead of using the bathroom, and she routinely invited meth-addicted homeless individuals into her parents' home. For Shanny's elderly parents, both of whom had undergone multiple surgeries, it was nothing short of a nightmare.
Nobody's abused Shannon, okay? That is her MO. She uses that with everybody. There was no abuse going on whatsoever. We bought her clothes, we bought her makeup, we bought her, she got to use her father's car every single day. Even when she wasn't working, she got to use her father's car. So, I mean, she had a way to work, but she wanted to lay in bed for months. She got fired from her first job for making videos on YouTube. Okay? Just tell you, while she stayed here, she did nothing but sleep in the bed all the time. You know, we did everything we could to provide. I told her, I said, Dad, her father had just had his knees replaced, and living on blood. He's still taking blood thinners. I mean, it's only been since October that he had his cigarettes. She was mad at me because she couldn't smoke in my house, knowing that I have a heart condition. She had to go outside to smoke. Even though it was my home, you know, I couldn't be around smoke. I can't be around things like that. Drinking every night and smoking weed with her kids in the house, terrified that. And then she'd invite people over. This one homeless guy, and she'd invite him over. And all he was actually a meth addict. The woman had to stay in her bedroom all the time. I finally got fed up with it. I'm going to be honest with you. I finally got fed up with it. And I said, this is it. I can't put up with this anymore. I tried to ask her to get things cleaned up. Let me tell you something. My husband gave up the bedroom to sleep in the spare room in a smaller bed, and I slept on the couch downstairs the whole time she was here. So they could have the master bedroom. And that master bedroom, a stench started coming out of it. And when I opened the door, it was at least 2 feet deep, full of garbage, food, clothing, God knows what else was in there. Urine. We found urine in a container, and William lied about it. And she says, William never lies. Well, William does lie. You're the one who was spanking him because he lied about the urine. But it was spilt all over the floor. It took us weeks to get that. Oh, it's been 3 months since she's been gone, maybe more. Well, let's see, it was Christmas Eve when the cops got her out. And the cops know us, by the way. The police in Duluth know my husband and I. They know her too, all too well, because there constantly had calls for her in the past.
Not only did Shanny lie about her mother being abusive, but she also accused her second husband of being a cheater and an abuser. She told stories about her first husband's mother being abusive as well, claims that were later disputed. In reality, Shanny appeared to be the common denominator of chaos in everyone's life.
She destroyed Doug the same way. Doug and his mother were abusive. His mother, actually her first husband, the father of her children, because I know a lot of people think that you were the boy's biological father, which he's not. Anyway, the father of her children's mother had multiple myeloma, and Shannon did nothing but make her life a living hell. The woman had to stay in her bedroom all the time.
Despite being lonely, isolated, and broke during this period, Shanny did find emotional support within the Great Debate community, specifically in the form of 2 men. One was a man named G-Man, and the other was Jason, better known online as Rev. Both of these men were just as unhinged as Shanny herself. Beyond debating strangers online, the 3 formed a deeply strange and dysfunctional dynamic. Shanny openly flirted with G-Man while simultaneously setting her sights on Jason, largely because he was rumored to be a millionaire. And that is where things really begin to spiral. Jason's late mother had actually left him a fortune of over $700,000. And on top of that, he also owned a house. Shanny, who had no interest in working and preferred a lifestyle centered around doing absolutely nothing and eating all day, was drawn to Jason for this reason alone. In fact, her own mother openly acknowledged that Shanny was interested in Jason purely for his money. Shanny also continued to flirt with and argue with G-Man during this same period. He was simply too sharp to fall for her manipulation tactics all the time. So Jason became the only viable option left on the table. Jason, however, didn't immediately give in. According to Shanny's mother, she was frequently upset that Jason showed interest in her but refused to officially make her his girlfriend. This rejection seemed to frustrate her, especially since it disrupted her plans.
That's her thing. So she got fired from her first job. She laid up in the bed for months doing nothing but drinking alcohol and crying all the time, making everybody miserable. Mostly what she was crying about was because Jason wasn't fully her boyfriend at the time. This is why I couldn't believe,
Eventually, though, Jason caved. He gave in to Shanny's advances and from that point on, became her full-time emotional support system, setting the stage for everything that followed. Since Shanny was no longer getting along with her parents and had effectively become a full-time nuisance in their lives, they eventually decided that enough was enough. She had to go. But Shanny, being Shanny, wasn't about to leave quietly. So around Christmas 2017, the situation escalated to the point where her parents had to call the police to have her removed from the house. What's interesting, though, is that almost immediately after being kicked out, Shanny, along with her 2 sons, moved straight in with Jason. Even before she officially moved in, Jason was already providing her with all the emotional support she demanded. He even went as far as confronting Shanny's parents on her behalf, and allegedly punched her elderly father in the face. Jason's truly a knight in shining armor.
As far as Jason goes, he has threatened my husband. He said he threatened a 62-year-old man on blood thinners with 2 knees just replaced, that he'd come over and punch him in the face. And now he's doing this boxing video like he's going to hit you. I mean, what an asshole.
Around this time, rumors also started circulating that Shanny and Jason had secretly gotten married, despite there being absolutely no evidence to support that claim. But that wasn't the only rumor floating around. Online forums also reported that Shanny had pressured Jason, who's a known alcoholic, to quit drinking cold turkey. Considering he had been drinking heavily for years, this sudden withdrawal, combined with his existing personal and cognitive issues, didn't exactly result in clarity of mind. Naturally, people began speculating that Jason might be suffering from wet brain syndrome, a condition commonly associated with chronic alcohol abuse. The condition is known to cause confusion, memory loss, and impaired coordination. And honestly, in many of his earlier videos with Shanny, Jason appeared visibly confused, often staring blankly, seemingly lost mid-conversation, while Shanny very clearly took full advantage of it. What's even more wild is that just a few months after moving in together, Shanny convinced Jason to uproot his entire life and move from Pennsylvania to Colorado, where he had no friends or family. According to online forums, the motivation behind this decision was simple. Shanny wanted to smoke more marijuana in a state where it was legal. At this point, she had the man, she had the money, and she was gaining notoriety online. By all accounts, she should have been living her best life, and for the most part she did look happy and content. But of course that wasn't enough. Shanny still needed chaos. So she brought G-Man back into the picture. Not that he ever truly left. In fact, just a month before moving in with Jason, Shanny was publicly calling G-Man her boyfriend.
As you can see, my boyfriend G-Man, and I'm sorry G-Man for that clickbait, but I got something to say. I got something amazing to say.
And if that wasn't strange enough, she later handed over Jason's Pennsylvania house to G-Man for free. No payment, no contract, nothing. The general belief online is that she did this to keep G-Man dependent on her, especially since he had lost his job and was struggling financially. Shanny clearly had a massive crush on him and seemed determined to keep both men within her orbit. Because why settle for one bad decision when you can juggle two at the same time? But that situation with G-Man didn't last either. Eventually, they ended up fighting over some money Shanny had sent him for one thing, only for him to spend it on something else. What the exact argument was about is anyone's guess. These people are perfectly capable of fighting over absolutely nothing. What does matter is that it was explosive. The two of them screamed at each other nonstop, completely unhinged, in a way only seasoned internet disasters can manage.
Well, she said he used it for free.
He asked me specifically, crying on the phone, asking for money for his
I wasn't crying on the phone. I was not crying on the phone, and I got witnesses to show you that. No, I was not crying on the phone.
By the end of this stream, viewers were also treated to a very important revelation, just how much weed Shanny was actually smoking.
Then, I don't know, I got to the point where I ended up puking and shitting myself today. So I did not have a good 420. I don't know if it was that copious amounts of weed, but I'm telling you, I'm never gonna smoke like that ever again.
It's important to remind you at this point that Shanny still had two minor children living with her, and just as her mother later claimed, Shanny had no issue shamelessly smoking weed right in front of them. Behavior like that tends to come with consequences, and those consequences arrived at the start of 2019, when someone called CPS, prompting a welfare check on the children.
I just want to apologize to the Holy Spackle over thinking she did call CPS on me. I didn't know it was Angel, and I want to apologize to you for it, and I'm sorry. So, if you forgive me or not, that's okay if you don't. I understand, but I'm sorry, because I didn't know. My ignorance.
Another important point. During this period, both Shanny and Jason were constantly high. This just puts a lot of weight in Shanny's argument that she's a good mother.
Happy New Year's to all of you son of a bitches out here. I am here in my bed with my husband. He is high. I am high. And I got his dick high, and I got my vagina high. And, cheers.
I love it. That's fucking amazing.
By the way, in this glass was 50 milligrams of THC.
With thousands of dollars still sitting in their account, Shanny and Jason managed to live what they clearly believed was an extravagant lifestyle. New phones costing thousands of dollars, endless Amazon packages showing up at the house, vehicles being swapped out like outfits, and almost all of it was broadcast live, because during this era, they seemed physically incapable of turning the live stream off. At one point, they were even spotted smoking what they proudly referred to as a 24-karat gold joint, because when you're hemorrhaging money, that's obviously the priority.
Of it all. The remarkable 24-karat gold joint.
And for some reason, likely fueled by their very small but dedicated niche following, they also genuinely seemed to believe during that time that they were celebrities.
Because, well, it's like a lot of people know us, let's just put it that way. Right? It really is.
Shanny in particular loved throwing money around in other people's live streams as well. She regularly donated large sums via super chats, especially to Foodie Beauty, a creator she admired deeply, before later getting into yet another public feud with her. As the saying goes, fools and their money are soon parted, and that saying could not have applied more perfectly to Shanny and Jason. Together they burned through hundreds of thousands of dollars of Jason's inheritance in less than 2 years. They got together at the end of 2017, and by 2019 things were already spiraling fast. The money had nearly run out, leaving them with little to nothing. Around this time, Jason began having occasional moments of clarity. He started realizing that Shanny may have used him for his money, and with that realization came agitation. There are countless live stream moments where Jason's frustration with Shanny is painfully obvious. One particularly telling stream shows Shanny crying in the middle of the night because her mother refused to reconcile, while Jason completely lost his patience with her.
I don't know, Jason. I need to get this out of my system. It hurts so much. I thought it would get us back together or something, Jason.
You're just gonna give her our fucking money. Are you fucking retarded? Is that what it is? Are you stupid?
I'm desperate for a mom.
Another clip highlighted just how dire their financial situation had become. They were reportedly so broke that they didn't even have money for gas.
I'm a psycho? Yeah, while I'm financially supporting everything and working my ass off trying to do everything I can.
No money coming in. None.
I have to wait till the 21st.
Supporting what?
Yes, I've been getting money in here and putting it in the bills and paying them.
Yeah, you're totally bullshit.
Oh, really? Really? Because I think the people who give me money know that I'm paying the bills.
G-Man pays your bills.
G-Man doesn't pay me.
G-Man pays your bills.
No, he doesn't.
Sat on your ass for 3 years and did nothing.
I took care of you.
Spent $700,000. That's what you did. I did everything.
Oh,
you
yeah.
sat on your ass, did nothing for 3 years.
Yeah.
That's what you did. You should be working to take care of your own kids.
Well, I am doing that. Now am I?
You're making a lot of money.
I'm trying my best.
You're making nothing. It's pathetic.
And I'm trying my best. What are you making? Nothing. How many jobs have you looked for? None. You haven't done anything. I've been looking for jobs. I've pointed jobs out to you even. At least I'm trying. And I wasn't sitting on my ass for 3 years. I was taking care of you while you were playing sick. I think he's having an affair with me with this girl named Caitlin. I think he is, because he keeps saying he wants to leave me. Even though I'm working so hard. And it's not good enough. Nothing I do is good enough for anyone. Don't waste the gas money. Please. We don't have any more money to waste.
Gas money. I'm just getting out of here for a while.
Where are you No, you can't spend the money on gas. We don't have the money. I can't get anymore. No one's donating.
You didn't get any money.
We got 20 yesterday. I got 20.
You got 20. Well, good for you. The only reason you're in this place is because of me. You wouldn't have been in this place for 1 second.
Well, I'm trying to keep this place going, so can you help me?
You're not doing shit.
What have you done?
I gotta send you, you fucking bitch.
You're gonna hit me now?
Yeah. Call the cops. I want out of this relationship.
What are you gonna do, Jason? You don't even have a job. And you're gonna waste money on gas? And let me guess, you're gonna come to me for the gas money and the cigarette money and all the money you've been needing, like you've been doing. Most of the money went to your fucking cigarettes anyway. So, who's Caitlin from Exclusive?
Caitlin is a fucking woman that took my name when COVID first started because she had to call me to get in there. You fucking asshole, piece of shit.
So you spit on me too?
Yeah, you deserve it.
After you fucked me yesterday?
Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah.
I wish I could rip my fucking thing off after it being in you.
Yeah.
It's sterile and disgusting after being in you.
Wow.
Streams like this made it clear that there was no income coming in from social media at all. At that point, they were simply two addicts with no cash, $15,000 in back rent, and absolutely no intention of getting real jobs, especially Shanny. And that's when the fantasy finally began to collapse. So all of this financial frustration eventually snowballed into one major, unavoidable event, one that ended with Shanny thrashing the hell out of Jason, and then in a stunning display of irony, calling the police on him. Truly unmatched behavior. This incident took place on May 15th, 2019, when police were dispatched to their residence in Colorado. According to the police report, Shanny was the one who made the call, claiming that Jason had become violent and was throwing things around the house. When officers arrived, they found the home in complete disarray. Messy, cluttered, and filled with junk and dirt. When asked why the house was in such poor condition, Shanny explained that due to her condition, she wasn't able to move much and therefore couldn't clean. That, however, was far from the only lie told that night. Shanny denied being violent toward Jason, but Jason told a very different story. He reported that Shanny had hit him repeatedly on the thighs with a fetish whip. Officers documented visible red marks on his legs and photographed them as evidence. Jason also admitted that Shanny had slapped him hard across the face, and according to the police report, officers observed bruising on his arm as well. And what triggered all of this chaos? Brace yourself. The entire argument started because Jason didn't want to go see Pokemon Detective Pikachu with Shanny and the kids, and was essentially forced into the outing anyway. While he initially tried to remain civil, he reportedly consumed 7 alcoholic drinks during the trip. When they returned home, that simmering tension exploded into a full-blown meltdown between him and Shanny. As a result of the incident, police arrested Shanny for domestic violence. She was fined $2,000 and later bonded out on $2,500. Here's the body cam footage of her arrest.
What? I'm going to jail.
Real quick, let's keep going. What you guys say?
Why are you going to jail?
They're pressing charges on me for me hitting you.
So you're going to be responsible for the boys tonight, okay?
I'm going to jail. What? I'm going to jail.
Real quick, let's keep going. What you guys say?
Why are you going to jail?
They're pressing charges on me for me hitting you.
So you're going to be responsible for the boys tonight, okay?
I didn't want to press charges.
You understand?
I understand.
Okay.
I didn't want to press charges, though.
We know that, but for domestic violence, you know, our hands are kind of tied, even if you didn't want to press charges.
She called you.
Okay. Hey, Jake.
Can we like do something about this?
No, we gotta go tonight. There's no option we have.
Can you take care of my babies?
I did not.
Take care of my babies, Jason.
Okay, man, I didn't. This is bizarre. I just called the cops, man. I don't even know what to do. I don't want to.
Help me.
A fitting consequence, considering how this particular chapter of their chaos unfolded. But unsurprisingly, their problems with law enforcement didn't end there. Around November 2019, the two were involved in a traffic accident that they allegedly fled from. Jason was driving at the time, and let's be honest, there's a very real chance he was heavily drunk. So in their minds, fleeing the scene probably felt like the only option. As of now, the investigation into this incident is reportedly still ongoing. Around this same period, Shanny and Jason's behavior didn't just decline, it went from bad to embarrassingly pathetic. Throughout the rest of 2019, Shanny spent her time beefing with people like Foodie Beauty, Charlie Gold, and basically anyone else who crossed her path, usually for no clear reason at all. She also developed a sudden passion for calling everyone racist, all while saying blatantly racist things herself and casually using the N-word like it was punctuation.
Said the N-word before? Hell yeah, I have. Several times. I'm not ashamed of saying that word because I use the word the correct way.
Right.
If I call you a nigger, it means you're an ignorant motherfucker.
Since neither Shanny nor Jason had any intention of getting real jobs, and social media money was clearly not cutting it, they decided to pivot into something extremely productive. Yes, we're talking about OnlyFans. Somehow these two genuinely believed people would be lining up to pay money to watch them have sex. We obviously can't show the kind of content they posted there, but some clips did end up leaking and made their way onto platforms like Kiwi Farms. And through those leaks, the internet learned something unforgettable. Jason allegedly had a baby carrot-sized private part and couldn't even get it up. And just like that, a nickname was born. Trolls started calling Jason Baby Carrot, and he obviously did not like it much. In a later video, Jason desperately tried to clarify that he did not in fact have a baby carrot-sized schlong, even roping Shanny in to confirm it on camera. Unfortunately for him, the damage was already done. For a long time after that, people continued calling him Baby Carrot. Someone even made a song about it and posted it on Rumble.
Hey folks, today's a wonderful day. Every day's a beautiful day. Oh my God, it's amazing. I love it. Yeah. Can I say that my first week as a sex worker has been extremely eventful and I love it. Whoa. Whoa. Perfect. But there's an issue about my dick size. Baby carrot dick. I have a baby dick, okay? Baby carrot dick. Baby carrot dick. I have a baby dick, okay?
While all of this chaos was unfolding, Shanny and Jason's landlord, who hadn't received rent in quite a while, was understandably growing restless. By 2021, they reportedly owed around $20,000 in back rent. Honestly, we almost feel bad for the landlord. Imagine renting your property to these two. Absolute nightmare fuel. So around 2021, Shanny and Jason were officially served an eviction notice, telling them to vacate the property by the weekend. And instead of getting their act together, packing, or even looking for a new place to live, they did what they do best. They went live. During the stream, Shanny was fake hyperventilating, hoping anyone would swoop in and save her from her own disaster, all while blaming her haters for the eviction naturally. Because in Shanny's world, nothing is ever her fault.
I just got this eviction notice that we gotta be kicked out here in the weekend and we're losing our fucking car and everything all at once. I need fucking help. I don't know what to do. I'm fucking panicking. I've tried all I can. My fucking phone, they sent me a fucking shitty fucking phone and it's gone. I need fucking help. Someone help me. I worked my ass off trying to do as much as I can, and I sent fucking Krista the $50 back by fucking... No, I didn't know we were being kicked out.
No, they didn't even tell us.
They didn't even tell us. They didn't even leave it in an email or anything. Fuck them.
The company that is involved, that I want to pay you, okay? I want to pay you the justified rent that you deserve. Here comes Shanny back again. My honey.
What? I forgot the fucking mask. I can't breathe. I can't fucking breathe.
Yeah, I was trying, I
can't do...
Go to PA. Fuck it. We'll go back to PA, because my uncle will help.
Let's sell this shit. Try to, anyway.
What?
We can't pack all this stuff, dude.
No, we won't. We'll leave most of it.
So we can sell it.
Even though she briefly mentioned the idea of selling some of their belongings before moving, they ultimately left behind a massive amount of stuff when they were reportedly forcefully evicted. Despite having time to sell things to pawn shops or online, they were simply too lazy to bother. After they were evicted from the house, they crammed their 2 cats, a guinea pig, 2 children, and whatever belongings they could salvage into the car and drove straight to Pennsylvania. And no, this was not a pleasant road trip by any stretch of the imagination. They fought the entire way there. Constant screaming, tension through the roof, and cameras rolling. The moments that were recorded during this drive ended up becoming some of Shanny and Jason's most infamous clips to ever hit the internet. One of the most viral moments from this trip shows Jason literally driving onto train tracks because Google Maps told him to, and getting the car stuck. Even more unbelievable, Shanny somehow managed to single-handedly pull the entire car off the tracks.
There's bunnies all over the place. Right?
This is really strange. Because the GPS took me here. Shanny, that's literally under a bridge, Shan.
I know. I'm trying to help.
I know you are.
Keep going this way. See what happens. I don't know.
Oh my God.
This is so No, don't go down there. Go there.
Up here?
Yes.
Yeah, we're following the cops. We're following
Wait,
the cops.
1 minute.
It's on the run, Shan. She fucking got it. Oh my God, she's fucking badass. Oh my God. We're still stuck, Phil, dude. Okay, no, maybe not. We can get over here. Baby girls. Gavin, that's the poor boy.
We got a flat tire.
We have a flat tire.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, it's on 0. Yeah, we need to get, yeah.
Call the cops. Oh my God. Move forward over there.
Okay.
And go over there. I just pushed that fucking car.
Yes, that actually happened. The same woman who says she can't clean the house because she's disabled. Eventually, since they couldn't figure out how to get out of the situation themselves, the police had to come rescue them from the tracks. And after driving his entire family into a near-death experience, Jason still wasn't done. He was in a foul mood for most of the trip, and instead of just taking it out on Shanny, he also dumped his frustration onto the kids. The way both of them treated those children during this drive was beyond horrible.
Zach? Zach?
Hey, Tom, Zach.
How's Gavin? You gotta get him on you now. Instead of putting him on the floor. You're gonna kill the cat. Oh my God. Oh my God, Gavin.
Oh, no. No. He didn't.
No.
No.
No, honey, Gavin's okay.
No. No.
Is Gavin okay? Honey, you need to get back on the highway.
I wanted to check on him. Is he, because you see
Can
him?
we go park somewhere so we're not, like, in the middle of traffic? Can you fucking use your fucking head and get off the side of the goddamn road and go down and park somewhere smart?
Shut the fuck up. If he's okay, I can get back on, no problem. Get the cat on your lap, you fucking idiot! If he's on that floor again, you are getting your ass beat. Do you hear me?
What?
Piece of shit.
Jason William Egroff. Stop this.
No, I won't. You're not a mother. You don't say anything. I'm so fucking sick of it.
I literally was saying something.
I'm sick of it. I'm trying to pull over to see if the cat's alive, dude.
Yeah, well, I don't want to be killed in traffic because you're stupid.
Watching these clips, it's impossible not to feel deeply sorry for what Shanny's kids were forced to endure, not just during this road trip, but long before it, especially when you consider that her oldest son, Will, had attempted to take his own life and was mentally evaluated while they were still in Colorado. A welfare check had been called in, CPS got involved, and he was taken directly to a mental health crisis center. Even after all of that, Shanny still blamed the people who called CPS, instead of taking even a shred of responsibility herself.
To get my son a mental evaluation.
In a quarter mile, turn
because
right Federal Boulevard.
He wants to kill himself because of everything that's been going on and all the CPS you try to put in our life. Now he's going for a mental evaluation, and I'm making this video to ask Drag, please stop for my son's sake.
Yeah.
And if you think I'm lying, I'm not. He doesn't want, my son doesn't want to go on camera.
So that's Shanny for you. As it turns out, Jason and Shanny weren't just mentally draining their children. They were also keeping them in a physically unlivable environment. After they left the Colorado home, someone was hired to check on the property, and what he found was exactly what you'd expect from Shanny and Rev. The video he filmed showed numerous stains on the kids' beds, filthy sheets, cat feces overflowing from the litter box, and junk scattered everywhere. The house reportedly reeked of feces, urine, and weed. Truly a loving, wholesome family environment.
When you walk in, the first smell is feces, some scented something or another. Lots of like tobacco smell, probably something mixed with, probably something heavily mixed with, oh God, I can't think, it's weird. It smells like weed, but like really bad weed and poop and, maybe like blunt rolls. There's just shit everywhere. Child's bed. Again, I was paid to come in here and just take a film and get the hell out. So that's what I'm doing. I gotta hold my breath in here because I can smell this is where it's coming from. They've left the bathroom lights on and the vent here. It's just god awful.
As Rev had mentioned earlier, the plan was to go to Pennsylvania and live with his uncle, presumably so Jason could leech off yet another family member after burning through hundreds of thousands of dollars of his own inheritance. But shockingly, that arrangement didn't last very long. Instead, they bounced around constantly. Motels, temporary housing, and at one point they even crashed at G-Man's place. Stability was clearly not part of the plan. In every possible sense, both Shanny and Jason were spiraling straight into absolute insanity. Their mental states were completely wrecked. And on top of that, Shanny suddenly began claiming she had multiple new illnesses, seemingly all at once. Now imagine being a child living in that chaos. It's genuinely horrific. Around June 2022, though, there was finally a small glimmer of hope for the two boys when CPS removed them from Shanny's care and placed them into foster care. It later came out that CPS made this decision because the boys did not feel safe living with Jason and were uncomfortable around him. And as it turns out, they had very valid reasons to feel that way. Just weeks before Shanny lost custody of her sons, Jason was arrested for physically assaulting her youngest son, Zachary. This incident reportedly happened after yet another explosive fight between Jason and Shanny, this time over a movie. Jason himself later claimed that he was mentally struggling during that period, and in a fit of anger, he went into 13-year-old Zachary's room and hit him.
I put on that movie, right? I put on The Devil's Advocate, and I totally fucking forgot that, holy shit, this is going to trigger the fuck out of her, because it has right in the beginning this little girl, like they're in court, and this little girl that could be a little Shanny is there, you know, crying about a rape, and it's Keanu Reeves, of course, defending her or defending the rapist, and it's horrible, disgusting shit, right? I, in my stupidity, did not think of that it'd be triggering, right? And it flew off from there, you know what I mean? And the fight came and stuff was said and stuff like that. But I went into long story short, I went into Zachary's room and I did hit him. I mean, it happened, you know? So I don't know. I've been driving for like 5, 6, 7 hours. I just went to the house.
This time it wasn't Shanny who called the police. Someone else did, and CPS was notified as well. Jason was arrested and spent 14 days in jail. Initially, Shanny appeared furious with Jason during one of her live streams. She called his actions outrageous, emphasized that he had hit her autistic son, and declared how much better off she and the kids were without him.
And that bastard, after he got taken away in cuffs, you know what he had the nerve to say to me when he was being taken away in cuffs? I love you, baby. No, you don't. You wouldn't have touched my son if you loved me. You wouldn't have called me names if you loved me. You wouldn't have told me you never wanted to be with me if you loved me.
But that stance didn't last long. The moment Shanny found out Jason had been released that very day, her entire tone changed. By the end of this same live stream, she was already talking about inviting him back to live with them, all while her children could be heard crying in the background, begging her not to bring him back.
All I know is, like, last time I talked to him, he said he loved me. He asked if I could give him a chance. I said, I don't know. If I did, we would have to go slowly. I know he is hopelessly in love with me, even though he's batshit crazy. So there's that. That's a good thing. He's in love still. I know he's taken medicine now. That is better for him and his brain. So that's good news. What is it, Will? Oh, he's laughing. Never mind.
No, we're both crying about him coming back. I don't want it.
And that alone tells you everything you need to know. It's genuinely disgusting how she later flipped the entire story, claiming that Jason was suddenly on medication, magically cured, and that the kids were totally fine with him being around again. They were not fine, not even remotely. Both of her sons were clearly uncomfortable with Jason's presence, and thankfully, shortly after Jason returned, they were removed from Shanny's care altogether. In the end, Shanny did get Jason back, but she lost both of her sons. She repeatedly claimed on live streams that she was trying to get them back, but she was doing just about everything except the things that actually mattered. If Shanny had gotten her act together, found a job, sought proper help for her mental health, and created a stable environment, she could have gotten her kids back. Instead, she chose smoking weed all day, begging for money online, and live streaming every mundane moment of her life. And eventually, through her own actions, she permanently lost custody of her children.
Hi. So, today's not a very good day at all. Got woken up to a knock at the door, and it was the mailman, and he had me sign something that, you know, you get the time-sensitive stuff that you have to sign for. And it was serving papers for the custody of Zachary. I don't know what's going on with William, something different, I guess. I don't know. I'm just a paramour, so. There's something you need to know about. Everybody needs to know about.
An hour and a half before court. Note that. Note that. An hour and a half before court. We were served papers. That's how horrible the U.S. government is.
Of course, in true Shanny fashion, it was never her fault. It was the trolls, the government, everyone else, just not her. Ironically, the person she sacrificed her children for ended up cheating on her just weeks after returning home. According to Jason, after coming back, he started receiving friend requests from local prostitutes. Instead of blocking them like a normal person, he decided it'd be a great idea to troll them by sending his location and pictures of his private parts. Naturally, Shanny found out, and what happened next was pure, unfiltered psychosis.
See, I did this for her. This, I look like this now. And that was for her. This is for her.
How many women have I found you talking to like that?
They're all saying that's not cheating. That's not cheating. That's right, it's not.
Oh, wow, now he's justified.
They're all saying it's not cheating. And that's correct, it's not. I'm telling the truth of what happened.
Yeah, telling a woman where you're at.
Shanny didn't just make Jason shave his head. She made him write an A on his forehead, go live, and publicly confess how much he had hurt her.
It's like poking someone a billion times, and then that last poke that's a jab, and they go, you f***ing piece of shit. So this...
Ask him why he has an A on his forehead.
Yeah, ask me that.
Yeah, why do you have an A on your forehead?
You could say A for Antichrist spirit, too. Because I wasn't thinking...
If that wasn't enough, Jason also went on to do a multi-day cheating atonement stream afterward. If you're horrified, that's the correct reaction. At this point, it becomes genuinely difficult to decide who's crazier. But public opinion overwhelmingly points to Shanny being far more psychotic, controlling, and violent than Jason. And honestly, we agree. In the months following his arrest and the head-shaving humiliation, Jason began to look visibly worse. He appeared thin, worn down, and completely lost, like a shell of his former self. Meanwhile, Shanny, despite losing her children to CPS, didn't change much at all. Except for one thing, she managed to gain a significant amount of weight. With the kids gone, Shanny and Jason suddenly had even more time on their hands. So they went right back to their usual routine, smoking joints, hosting chaotic live streams, fighting publicly, and being chronically homeless. In October 2022, they even made the news after living in a hotel that was condemned, leaving them effectively homeless once again.
I heard a boom, boom, boom at the door, and I'm like, what is this?
Jason Egroff woke up to firefighters pounding on his and other residents' doors after an oil spill at Motel 81 in Scott Township. According to the residents, the spill happened because of missing copper pipe in the basement of the building. Once the spill was under control, Egroff and others were told to get out. He says the owner of the motel didn't offer them any assistance.
No notice. No sympathy, not we're going to do this for you. Like, he's got a bunch of homeless people here now. It's insane.
After that, they moved back to Jason's uncle's place, where they've remained up to the present day. Around this time, Jason began wearing dark makeup, painting his nails black, and hosting live streams that made little to no sense. They also started begging online for food, clothes, medical supplies, and even money for their anniversary, because somehow, after everything, the entitlement never left.
If you like to give it a little something for our anniversary, you got our PayPal or our Cash App and Venmo, and you could throw it there if you want to. That'd be cool. If you want to, whatever. We've pretty much learned to be content with nothing.
Their e-begging around this time became so bad that quite literally, almost every other stream involved them asking for something. It didn't matter what was going on, someone was always expected to open their wallet. At one point, they even created secret YouTube channels specifically to solicit donations, as if hiding the begging would somehow make it more respectable. What made this even stranger was the setup of these streams. Shanny would rarely show her face on camera. Instead, it was almost always Jason sitting front and center, relentlessly begging for money, while Shanny shouted instructions, complaints, and demands from somewhere off camera. It was like watching a bizarre hostage situation.
No, I don't want any donations. I don't want money.
Well, if you could give us money so I can get some food, I would be...
Oh my God, you stupid. Why don't you shut the f*** up and let me finish what I was trying to say? I'm trying to get some food and you f***ing interrupt me, God. Please take her. Take her. Let her die. Please.
Happy.
Holy shit, did you hear that?
But no.
Possibly in that attempt to squeeze out even more donations, Shanny suddenly developed a long list of health problems around this time. She complained about having osteoarthritis, restless leg syndrome, and a whole grab bag of other ailments that seemed to appear overnight. She made multiple hospital visits, saw different doctors, and even met with a psychiatrist. But here's the thing, Shanny may genuinely be one of the most entitled, hostile patients a medical professional could ever encounter. Just listen to the way she and Jason talked about doctors on stream. They spoke about medical staff as if they were personal servants whose sole purpose was to wait on Shanny's hand and foot.
Christ, who'd you talk to then?
I don't know. One of those psychologists, and I don't understand how you can be a psychologist like that, but he puts his nose down on everyone.
Yeah. I hear you.
Like, treats you like you're fucking dumb, and I'm just looking at him like, really, dude?
Yeah, I can imagine.
Like, I see through your shit.
Yeah.
Just know that. I'm not gossiping about people. I feel like shit. My legs hurt really bad.
They had you walking all around, right? Assholes. They couldn't give you a fucking wheelchair and help you and have...
On top of that, for every hospital visit, Shanny and Jason expected someone else to pay for her transportation. If viewers didn't step up, then clearly the government should arrange it for free.
But guess what? They told me that there'd be no problem in providing a ride for her home. Well, she called me this morning telling me they're not going to give me any ride. You have to come and get me now. I ain't got the gas for it. And honestly, the stress of driving in an area like that, I can't do it. I've been through so much. There's no way I could do that. My uncle's not around, which apparently we're going to have to pay for out of pocket $100 or something. This is the most disgusting shit that I have.
A major reason people stopped believing Shanny's health scares altogether is because she's been caught lying about her medical conditions repeatedly over the years. Since at least 2019, she has claimed multiple times that she had breast cancer. In 2021, she went even further and outright stated that she had been diagnosed with breast cancer.
I am a woman who is suffering from breast cancer, MS, fibromyalgia.
Then when CPS was in the process of removing her children, she once again escalated the story, claiming she was about to die, knowing she would soon need a nursing aid, and that it was probably for the best that her kids weren't living with her anymore. Convenient timing, to say the least.
Oh God, you have no idea how heartbreaking it is, but at the same time, it's best for them. It's best for them.
Despite all these dramatic claims, we never actually saw Shanny undergoing any real cancer treatment. Instead, in 2023, she suddenly claimed she was getting a mammogram to check if she had breast cancer.
I told Tommy, I need to get my mammogram, I need to get an MRI.
The only problem, she had already said years earlier that she definitely had breast cancer. So why did she need a mammogram now? And this is exactly the pattern people noticed. That's why at this point people simply stopped buying into her health scares. Aside from airing every personal problem online, begging endlessly for money, and making zero effort to find actual employment, Shanny and Jason also fought constantly. And that's not an exaggeration. There are countless live streams where the two of them screamed at each other while the camera was rolling, turning their relationship into a never-ending public meltdown.
No, you're a disgusting piece of shit. I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you could do it without me, right?
No, I'm saying...
Why do I even go live if you're gonna treat me like shit? Do I always have to feel bad? Is that what makes you happy?
I don't understand.
Why?
I want you out of here.
I didn't do anything to you.
I want you out.
You always say this when you drink.
I want you out.
And then you get out of the drinking and then you say you're sorry.
I want you out of here. Make plans to get out of this house.
Is alcohol that important to you?
I want you out of this house.
I didn't do anything to you.
Out of this house.
I have nowhere to go.
I don't care. You make plans. Find someone. I want you out.
What did I do to you?
I'm done. I'm not talking to you.
Why did you do this to me?
I want you out.
Why? What did I do? Me just wanted to talk to you?
I was trying to listen to music and you're screaming at me.
I tried to call you several times and you weren't answering.
I was listening to music, honey.
Well, usually you answer me.
Yeah, I was listening to music.
So I deserve to be beat because of that?
I want you out.
What did I do?
You need to make plans?
Did you find someone else?
No. But I'm not doing this anymore.
What did I do?
I am not doing this anymore.
Doing what? I don't know what you're talking about. All I did was just lay down.
And then scream at me.
I just wanted to talk to you.
Yeah. I want you out of here.
I didn't do anything other than try to get your attention.
I want you out. And my uncle has wanted you out forever.
You can't even tell me what I did. Like today you were just saying, like, you can't leave me. God won't let you leave me, and now you do this. It's the alcohol, Jason. Do you see that is ruining you? It's turning you into a monster, and it needs to stop. You're better than this.
Okay.
Jason, you are better than this.
Hey, drama queen. You better make plans soon.
I'm not being a drama queen. I'm trying to help you because you're better than this.
You. I'm done with you.
What did I do?
As of last year, their relationship, which had always been hot and cold, became even more dramatic and ugly. Earlier in the year, Jason was caught cheating again. This time he claimed that a bunch of men, supposedly trolls, were messaging him in an attempt to catfish him. Unfortunately for him, Shanny ended up reading those messages. At first, she confronted him. Then, predictably, she decided to believe whatever explanation he gave her.
Feelings for someone in order to feel sexual toward them.
But Jason did not cheat. You're just wrong. I was seeing this whole thing. Yeah, I was silent. I don't think I have to say anything.
Around this time, Shanny herself was in an especially rough physical state. She had gained a significant amount of weight, claimed even more health problems, and said she was physically unable to move much on her own. Because of this, the state reportedly approved financial assistance, so Jason could officially take on the role of her caretaker. According to them, she was supposedly unable to even go to the bathroom by herself. And yet, despite being allegedly bedridden, Shanny was still live streaming every single day. During this period, she also became embroiled in a massive online feud with her son, William. He posted statements accusing Shanny and Jason of mistreating both him and Zach, claiming they had threatened to sue him over a computer, and making it clear that he never wanted to return to her care again. This absolutely sent Shanny into a frenzy. She live-streamed repeatedly about William, made several posts accusing William of horrible things, and spiraled into meltdown after meltdown as he continued airing her dirty laundry publicly. The situation reached its lowest point when Shanny faked a seizure on stream in what appeared to be a desperate attempt to guilt-trip her own son.
Oh, you want to break a borderline? This is how you break a borderline.
Gotta take a deep one, honey. Honey? Hey, Shannon. You have to take a breath. You have to exhale. That's it. You have to go to the hospital. I have to end this, and you have to go to the hospital.
I don't want to go.
You did. Then you have to control your breathing now.
I'm trying. It's hard.
All right, that's it. You're going to the hospital.
No.
You have to go to the hospital. You can't stop this. You need help, Shannon.
He's tearing me apart.
You need to go to the hospital because you can't stop this. You've slept a total of about 4 hours in a week.
While Jason often presented himself as caring and supportive during these moments, that attitude didn't always last, especially now that his caretaker duties had escalated to a deeply disturbing level. He began to realize that Shanny might only be keeping him around and claiming to love him only because he takes care of her and supposedly wipes her butt.
Yeah, I do love you.
No, you don't. You love that there's a roof over your head, that there's someone to take care of stuff that needs to be taken care of, that I feed you, that I cook for you, that I wipe your butt. All of these things. That's what you love. You love that you have a roof over your head, that I go and do.
Why do you keep repeating this?
Because it's true. That's what you love. You don't love me.
Maybe you're trying to, convince yourself this is the truth, but it's not.
No, it is the truth.
No.
It always was the truth.
No.
You pushed yourself into my life to have a place to be.
Jason,
That's what happened.
we're together.
Not anymore.
You said we are.
No, I don't. No, I'm done. Because I'm not. I don't want to touch you. I don't want you to have to touch me.
You touched me yesterday.
Yeah, after tonight.
And we kissed beautifully.
After what happened today.
And we made love.
Yeah, and I don't want that anymore. I got the papers.
I love you.
If he has to do papers, which I don't think he does.
I love you.
You don't love me. You love the roof over your head, the food that's cooked for you, and the fact that I wipe your butt, and all that stuff. That's what you love.
Nope.
You would think he's using this term as an analogy, but no, he actually was wiping her butt. During a late-night live stream, Shanny, apparently believing the stream was muted, could be heard instructing Jason to empty her poop bucket. Jason was audibly gagging and vomiting as he did so. Because he spilled some of the stuff, the moment was caught live and quickly became yet another infamous entry in their ever-growing lore.
Jason, did you dump the bucket? Jason? Jason! Are you around, Jason? Baby! Honey? Honey? What? Did you dump the... It's really filled. Is it? Great.
stop drinking, right?
Yeah.
Are you okay? You're making weird noises.
Not okay at all. No.
What is it? I didn't know I was still online.
At this point, it was no longer shocking, just grim confrontation of how far this situation had spiraled. Around this time, for some very odd and unexplained reason, Jason decided to rebrand himself. He created an entirely new channel where he began live streaming dressed as a drag persona, wearing emo-style makeup, lipstick, and skirts, while saying the most nonsensical things imaginable.
I would go to Israel today and stand on that Temple Mount and tell them that this is an abomination. Everything around you is an abomination to God. You rabbis coming here and doing your fucking it's bullshit. Dead. The light of Israel is out. Why? Because they genocide children, babies.
If we're being honest, this was the lowest point people had ever seen Jason reach. He made little to no sense during these chaotic live streams, appeared to be rapidly losing weight, and many viewers began to assume that Shanny was quite literally draining the life out of him. She constantly pushed him to beg on her behalf. Jason would repeatedly ask viewers for money for the most mundane things, such as buying Shanny pizza, donating for sodas because her blood pressure was supposedly low, and other similar things. Tweets like this became extremely common from Jason. While Jason was far from innocent, some people still felt sympathy for him. Many believed Shanny was actively isolating and emotionally manipulating him into doing whatever she wanted. During this period of misery, Jason appeared to find a small glimmer of comfort in the form of an online friend who was constantly talking to him. Platforms like Kiwi Farms later reported that this alleged girlfriend was likely a catfish set up by trolls. Regardless, Jason seemed genuinely happy having her in his life. And it may have been because of this connection that around December 2025, Jason finally decided to call it quits with Shanny. One night following yet another meltdown, Shanny allegedly attempted to harm herself. Jason responded by calling emergency services, which resulted in Shanny being placed on a mental health hold. While alone at home, Jason went live and completely aired out his frustrations with Shanny. During that stream, he openly admitted that he was talking to another woman online. When Shanny returned, trolls quickly informed her about Jason's live stream and his new online girlfriend. She confronted him live on stream, accusing him of adultery and claiming that even lusting after another woman was a sin.
Reason why bad things are happening to certain ones who live within sin. You're not in his will, trust me. Nope. Not if you're going after lust, you're not.
What the is that? I'm going after Ezzy's heart.
Her heart doesn't belong to you.
Yes, it does, actually.
This accusation was particularly ironic, coming from someone who had openly flirted with G-Man while simultaneously trying to keep Jason devoted to her. Anyway, their argument over this new girlfriend escalated rapidly. Eventually, Shanny called the police, claiming that Jason had physically abused her. However, the conflict didn't end there. By the end of the night, Jason himself called emergency services and voluntarily admitted himself for mental health treatment. Here's a clip of him calling 911.
Okay, this is the last call you get, I promise. I need an ambulance. I'm having a mental health crisis. And there's a person that needs a caregiver in this house. I cannot provide the services that she needs anymore. And that's the bottom line. I have my stuff packed up. I don't have a ride though. Okay, I sold my car because we were so broke. So the cops were here and they told me they could have got me an ambulance. Then I was going to try and ride it out because her healthcare provider, a coordinator, said to me that I should try and stay and get along with each other for her to have a caregiver. I can't do it. I just can't do it. So I need some help. I would love to, yes, yeah, I want to go to Lehigh Valley. That would be great. I would love that. I am 41. Yep. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
What followed was yet another chaotic and unforgettable chapter in their ongoing saga. When Jason was reportedly away from home, Shanny went through his private computer, blocked the girl he was having an affair with, and outright deleted his channel. It's also worth reminding everyone that at this point, they were still living at Jason's uncle's house. Why this 78-year-old man was allowing these two chaos magnets to crash at his place was beyond anyone's understanding. The house itself was reportedly filthy, which only made the situation even more confusing. Jason had no job, a clear addiction problem, and yet his uncle continued to let them stay there. Anyway, when Jason returned home from the hospital following his mental health admission, he broke up with Shanny, telling her he no longer wanted to be with her. This all went down sometime in December. The breakup was anything but calm and immediately triggered an extremely ugly meltdown from Shanny.
I'm really done. I'm done. I told you that.
Then what was this conversation today?
Nothing other than me saying I'm not going to leave you because I'm taking care of you. But I told you, this is nothing new. I told you. Relationship, no. I really don't want it with you no more.
Then why do you kiss me? Why do you hug
I'll
me?
Stop kissing and hugging you then.
Like, what did I do?
Oh, you know what you did and I'm done. Get her a place to stay because she's too lazy to do anything to get the services she needs. So could somebody put her up in a place, please? I'm done. Done! Get her a place to stay because she's too lazy to do anything to get the services she needs. So could somebody put her up in a place, please? I'm done. Done!
After this, if they were normal people, they would have gone their separate ways. But this is Shanny and Rev we're talking about. Even after Rev flat out told her he didn't want to be with her, Shanny stuck around and flatly refused to leave. Not only that, but one night, according to Shanny, she and Rev ended up having sex. The very next day, she went on an almost 11-hour live stream, bragging about how she'd gotten her revenge, and how thrilled she was that she'd made Rev break up with his girlfriend. There were a lot of nasty details shared on Shanny's live stream. Details about how it all happened and how much of it was supposedly consensual. But honestly, it's all too nauseating to repeat here, so we're just going to move right along. While Shanny was acting smug online, bragging about how Rev actually came back to her, Rev himself was completely devastated that he had aired all of this publicly. His online girlfriend, who may or may not have been a catfish, apparently broke up with him, and he was absolutely heartbroken over it. Then, in a truly bizarre turn of events, during one of Shanny's live streams, we could actually hear Jason celebrating because the girl had supposedly decided to make up with him and not leave after all.
Oh my God, thank you, Jesus. Oh my God, thank you. Oh my God, thank you. I'm okay with her. Oh my God. I promise not to waste this, Lord. Thank you. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm getting on my knees. Thank you, Lord Jesus in heaven. If you're listening, Ezzy, you didn't let it go. Thank you.
He also uploaded a video apologizing to said girlfriend and claimed that she was apparently totally fine with him having sex with Shanny and forgave him. He then followed that up with a separate video declaring that this girlfriend was his one and forever, and that he was officially off the market for everyone else.
Ezzy, if she's out there, I can't tell you how sorry I am. I really didn't think that you would care about this because you would have, I know how mature you are, and you would have realized that we've been together, me and Shanny, for, pretty much 8 years. And it would probably happen, sex thing, but I saw it wrong. And I'm really sorry. You really are a good girl.
Despite people all over the internet pointing out that this mysterious woman was very likely a catfish, Jason seemed so relieved to be talking to any woman who wasn't Shanny that he desperately wanted to believe she was real. After all the sex drama and non-stop accusations being hurled during live streams, Jason became even more resentful toward Shanny. Their living arrangement at this point was bizarre, to say the least. Jason stayed upstairs doing his weird ASMR streams and makeup-heavy preaching videos, while Shanny camped out downstairs, live streaming almost constantly. They were also fighting like absolute maniacs during this period, often over the most ridiculous things imaginable, like Shanny allegedly stealing Jason's eye makeup kit and Jason drinking all the sodas in the refrigerator.
Yeah. He drank up all the soda. I only had like 4 cans since he's been here. 4. Like, do you appreciate anything I do, or do you have to trash everything I do? Yeah, he probably hid them. No, those sodas were gifted to me, and he took advantage of that. Yeah, the fridge don't look like it was when I was taking care of it. It had food in it. He's already binged. Always leaving me the messes to clean up. Be it, you know, his reputation or something. Never thinking about me. No, I need to know that I'm desired. You were. No wonder he was like, can I get you my f***ing pallet?
I don't give a shit. I'm taking it.
You don't give a shit, you're taking it, so you're admitting to stealing now?
No, you gave it to me.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. Why would I give you my makeup when I hate you doing drag?
Because you said I could have it.
Oh, you're so full of shit. I know he's trying to get people to call the cops on me.
Because I have my one true love, and she's it.
He said he feels like he's being threatened by me sitting.
Despite Shanny repeatedly claiming she was disabled and couldn't even empty her own poop bucket, a lot of people believed she was faking it. And after defending her for so long, Jason finally flipped the script and started airing her out publicly. In one video, he straight up said that Shanny had faked her disability.
Please ask him if he feels she's truly disabled or just plain lazy, respectfully.
She, I would say, is about 10% disabled, and the rest is put on.
In another moment, he could be heard in the background of one of Shanny's live streams, saying that he was the one emptying her poop bucket, while Shanny herself claimed she was perfectly capable of doing it on her own.
Yeah, folks, you know, I'm such an abusive caregiver. I'm here taking the bucket up with their piss in it. But I'm doing this job that I'm not even hired or paid for to do now. I'm still doing it, though.
You didn't have to do that. I could do it myself.
So if she could do it herself, why exactly was Jason being paid by the state to be her caretaker and, quite literally, her butt? At that point, people weren't just confused. They were openly calling for fraud charges. Around this time, both Shanny and Jason were at each other's throats constantly, like nonstop chaos. Shanny started accusing Jason of trying to make moves on her off camera, claiming he was peeking at her in the shower, and she repeatedly called him a narcissist.
He was in the kitchen stealing more of my food and drinks. And then he comes over, Shannon, hun, baby, I think we need civility. I think we can only work this out if we had civility. Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
You see what I fucking mean? He's doing the I care for you Shannon fucking routine again. Dude is trying to get me in bed again. Narcissists, they don't like to respect boundaries. They like to push boundaries.
Their arguments had become so toxic and explosive that the police were showing up at the house multiple times just to deal with their mess. At one point, the cops, pretty much like everyone else watching this train wreck, were completely fed up with Shanny and Rev's endless bickering. There's a clip floating around where the cops are straight up yelling at both of them because neither of them could manage to act like an adult for even 5 minutes. Apparently, they were fighting over some cat ears, and Jason thought Shanny was threatening to cut his dick off.
As he had a good time somewhere last night, and I... Did you hear that knock?
You can come in.
I'm staying up here.
Oh, my stuff now. He's stealing
I said I feel... They're...
When is he gonna stop stealing my stuff? He has my clothes on, and he's wearing my ears.
Okay, we were watching your live stream after we left here.
I think it might be over, guys.
You're 42 years old, not 12.
Oh my God, I'm here. What's up? What do you need? I'm here.
What are you doing online telling people to call us?
Because I want her out. She's threatening my life.
We told you. She's not threatening your life.
Yes, she is.
We've been watching the live stream.
They heard it.
So did we. We didn't hear her say anything.
She's threatening my life.
What'd she say to threaten your life?
She said she was going to cut my dick off.
We already dealt with that. She told us she didn't.
My life feels threatened by her.
Then you can leave.
No way. This is my uncle's house. She needs to... Can't you take her for death threatening me?
No.
Why?
Not...
She death threatened me. Brother.
It's not a valid threat.
Okay, then I'm going to stream and tell my audience what's going on.
Okay, but don't be telling people to call us.
Okay, I won't.
Because you're wasting our time.
I won't.
We've got dozens of people calling us.
But I want it on record.
We left here, you immediately went downstairs and started with
No, I didn't.
We were watching the live stream. We saw it, we heard it.
I was turning on the heat because it was hot or cold in here. That's all I did. But if you
No, it's not all you did. You're lying
say
to me.
if you say that was antagonizing, I won't go on the first floor ever again.
If you want to not you go down, you turn the heat on, you do whatever you do, you don't say a fucking word.
Okay. She destroyed property too. Did you see the Yoshi pillow?
She said it's hers.
It's not. It was ours.
Well, it's civil.
Okay, fine. I won't go down again. All right. I'll
You guys are adults and you're behaving like children.
Thank you. I'm sorry, brother.
Do you have ears?
I paid for them.
Okay, it's civil then.
It's mine. Done deal. This bitch. But I'm not. I can't be. You see this? I just got yelled at by the cops. Look.
You'd think something like that would finally put a stop to the insanity. But nope, things between Jason and Shanny only got worse. One of the most notable moments during this period was a blackout stream where Shanny could be heard completely losing her mind on Jason.
When I black out, you're not gonna like what happens, because I can't control myself.
Don't talk to me.
You need to realize you're pushing me to a blackout. Yes, I can know what is happening to my body before I black out. Yes, I know when I'm almost there at the edge. He needs to leave me the alone. I am leaving him the alone. Why doesn't he leave me the alone? And be smart for once, instead of having 5 days of goddamn torture of someone trying to antagonize me to a goddamn blackout. Don't come near me. Do not come near me. I am telling you, do not come near me. You better not come near me. Do not come near me. I repeat, do not come near me.
I'm not coming anywhere near you. I don't want anything to do with you.
Leave me alone. Don't yell at me. Don't. I've had enough. My body has had enough. My protector will have control if you don't stop this shit. I know what happens beforehand, okay? I need to be left alone. I want to be left alone. I deserve to be left alone. I deserve to have my goddamn peace for one goddamn day. There's no humanity in that, man. I woke up this morning and my hip was so swollen and I'm just trying to get up to get to the bathroom, right? And I couldn't do it, and I asked him to help me, and he said, call the ambulance, and all I had to do was go to the bathroom. And I was just screaming and yelling to get there. Just because he doesn't...
At this point, it genuinely looked like Shanny was unraveling. She refused to leave Jason's uncle's house, constantly accused Jason of stealing her belongings, and every single time he went downstairs, she would start bickering with him like it was her full-time job. Jason was reportedly so terrified of this batshit crazy situation that he supposedly didn't shower for 8 days because the bathroom was downstairs.
In 8 days, Jason! And everyone online is counting how many days you've gone without a shower. No, that's because you like being gross. 8 days of no shower, and he's blaming it on me.
Then one night, because Shanny believed Jason was constantly stealing her stuff, she went upstairs to retrieve her clothes, and according to Jason, ended up attacking him. Once again, the cops showed up after the fight and had to literally baby both of them.
You know, I was nice. I didn't destroy anything of yours. But you decided to contemptually do it to me when I did nothing to you. Yoshi Pillow is a lie. There, you have your Yoshi now. He's lost some weight. Don't come near me. Don't come near me. Do not come near me. Do not come near me. Get out of my stuff. Get out of my stuff. You're taking my mic?
No.
Give me my stuff. You're taking my stuff.
You want a pair of headphones for tonight? You'll get it back in the morning.
I better get my no. I want my clothes too.
I don't have.
Clone, turn off the light. You turn. Oh my God! You piece of content. You still are my. I'm done. You're done. You still own it. Turn off the light. Won't let me say done. I hate you. I hate you. Give me back some weight. Don't come near me. Don't come near me. Do not come near me. Do not come near me. Get out of my stuff. Get out of my stuff. You're taking my mic?
No.
Give me my stuff. You're taking my stuff.
You want a pair of headphones for tonight? You'll get it back in the morning.
I better get coming down here harassing me all day. He was told to leave me alone to be upstairs. I'm currently trying to pack my things. He's stealing my stuff. He's wearing my shirt right now, by the way.
Okay.
She just wants an accident.
So, how long have you guys been together, broken up, whatever?
Since Thanksgiving.
Okay. And what has been the plan for if you don't want to?
That's
okay. I've stopped the worst. What's been the plan for you guys to separate? You guys gotta
I've been trying
figure out
to.
this living situation.
I'm
sure you heard everything I said up there.
Yeah. I've been trying to keep to myself.
Yeah.
I keep telling him to leave me alone. I tell him, like, he's trying to get me involved in his phone calls. I'm like, I don't want to listen to your phone calls.
Now here's the craziest part of this entire saga. Shanny, who had been claiming for months that she was disabled and couldn't even function properly, somehow managed to walk up the stairs just fine in order to attack Jason. So much for not being able to move. She basically exposed herself as having been scamming everyone the whole time. By this point, the tension between Shanny and Jason had been building for almost a month straight. Then, at the start of January 2026, Jason went live with a creator named Jules Tells All, who had been covering both of them for a while. During that live stream, Jason said a bunch of controversial things about Shanny, the same stuff he'd been saying all along. That she had a big turd, she was lazy, and that she sucked the life out of him, and so on. All of this was happening while Shanny was also live downstairs. At some point during Jason's stream, Shanny decided to march upstairs and confront him. But before we get into what happened next, there's one important detail you should know. On the day this altercation happened, Shanny was most likely on her period.
My period came. I knew it was. I said I'm like emotional and stuff. It happened.
Now watch the clip of Shanny marching upstairs to confront Jason and throw every possible threat at him.
Or anything.
All right, fine.
Or I will continue.
I'm calling the
to
police.
come up and destroy your
Fine.
Oh my
Okay.
God!
Get me off camera.
All right, fine. Get the fuck away
Leave
from
her-
me.
leave
you
her-
goddamn-
Get me
Leave him
off camera.
alone.
Get away from me.
Leave him
Get me off
alone,
camera, off
Shanny.
camera, leave.
Don't fucking bother me anymore.
Oh my
Get away from
God! Holy shit!
Go downstairs.
Don't bother me anymore.
Go downstairs.
I want to do this fucking controlling
Go
thing.
down.
Was that there?
Let me see.
I don't know.
She bled out. Yeah.
I don't know if that was there or not. I don't think it was. What
My-
the fuck is she cutters?
No, she's on a period.
On her period.
Ew. Oh, she put her.
So, yeah, this woman left her menstrual blood on the mattress. Her hygiene level is absolutely zero. Around the same time, there was another stream where Jason showed viewers the state Shanny was living in, and it was genuinely horrific. Piles of junk everywhere, absolute filth. She was literally sitting surrounded by trash.
If she actually just got up and stepped 10 feet back and looked at her living conditions and realized that she's living like a fucking pig, like, maybe she should do something, but she's got to get up first.
Yeah, maybe you would, if you got up.
With the trash.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This is how she's living.
All of these toxic fights and ugly altercations had to lead somewhere, right? After spending an entire month in non-stop chaos, it seemed like Jason and Shanny were finally separated at the start of this month. This happened shortly after the Jules Tells All live stream. The police were somehow notified about the incident and showed up at the residence once again. Shanny was placed on an involuntary psychiatric hold, and Jason was later notified around midnight that he could no longer stay in the house either because it was being condemned. This is the voice note Jason sent to Jules immediately after the incident.
Just give you this update. And as soon as you got off the phone with me, I got off the phone with you. I was trying to get to some sleep. And I heard people downstairs. It was the cops. I think that visit from the CPS person, I think the update from not CPS, but adult CPS person, she went to the cops. She's told me she was going to the cops to talk to them about this. They 302'd her. The cops 302'd her. So she's out. She's gone. No Shanny in the house. I'm going to get some sleep.
Later on, after the cops had left, Jason also uploaded a video where he showed everyone around and confirmed that Shanny was no longer there. He then went on to explain exactly how everything went down that night.
Watermelon, would you please stop this? I love you, and you can hang out with me. I'm going to make a video. I feel her right now, because that's how much despair she's in. She doesn't know what's going to happen to her now. And I feel really bad for her with that. Shanny's gone. This is the spot, man. Hey, Kevin. I love you. You want food? There you go. There you go. There's Ronnie. He's got her stuff in one box. They said to me, just do me a favor, buddy, okay? Don't steal her stuff. I said, I'm not. Why would I steal her stuff? Where the bullshit's over. How did I get there? That the down there is over, and I don't have to worry about pissing someone off. That's right down there. What led to the chief of police having me right here with two people on the phone and explain to me like a father figure, look, you're drinking beer. Look at this room. It's in disorder. And he looked at me and he said it in a whisper because he didn't want to piss off her down there. He said, you got to talk to your uncle. Because I have. This is the chief talking to me. I've talked to your uncle at length about this now. And he didn't know how bad this was. But I let him know how bad it is. But he said in a hushed voice to me, get her out. The chief of police. But I will tell you that she cornered me in my grandmother's bedroom in here. And she put her butt against the door and sat down and said, I am not moving. You have tortured me for days with sleep deprivation, and now I'm not going to let you sleep. So she parked her butt right in front of this door that was right in my grandma's room. In between Jules and I being on the phone, adult CPS showed up at the door, and I got the woman's card. And Jules has the woman's card, too. She said, she asked me about what's been going on here, and she was a very nice woman, extremely nice. I told my story, and Shannon was on the couch just going, well, that's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie. She made it very bad for herself. She looked horrible to this adult CPS worker. That was a bad move. That's why she ain't here now. This adult CPS worker said, I'm going to talk to the cops right now about what's going on here. And that was the push they needed to 302 her. This is what happened. The cops 302 her. So after I heard the kerfuffle down there with adult CPS, because they called me, they said, Jason, I'm here to talk to you. There's a report on you. I got to talk to you. And I talked to her, and I said, if you want to think I'm blinking 3 times to you, I am blinking 3 times. That woman is insane. And I'm afraid for my life. Bingo. So I go back up here. I start trying to sleep again, and I hear the commotion again downstairs. I'm like, what the hell is this now? And this time it was the cops. And all I heard was the guy came up the steps about here, and he said, "Hey, Jason, I just want to ask you, you're not going to steal any of her stuff, right?" I said, "I promise, dude, I'm not going to steal a single thing of hers." "No." He said, "Good. Okay. She's going to be out. She's out now." One more guy comes up the steps, and he says, "Jason, I need to talk to you." I don't know who the hell he is. He's a county guy, I think. Tall guy. Skinny. And he goes, "Jason, you got to know this place is being condemned." Been condemned. "What?" "Yeah, you have a week. You gotta get out."
Jason looks visibly shaken in this video, and even though he's aired out plenty of frustration about Shanny over time, it's pretty clear that these two are deeply codependent on each other. A lot of people agree that if Shanny hadn't been 302'd, Jason would have eventually taken her back after some time. The only reason he was really standing up to her at this point was because of Ezzy, and once these catfish disappear from the picture, it seems obvious that Jason would want Shanny back in his life. For now, Shanny is on a psychiatric hold, and it could be any amount of time before she's released. It could be 3 days, 5 days, or who even knows. It all depends on her mental state and how she behaves while she's there. While Shanny was in the hospital, Jason, rather than looking for a job or trying to secure housing, went right back to streaming as his Kitty Doom character. He also recently appeared on the Drunken Peasants podcast, where he was seen defending Shanny's parenting before eventually rage-quitting the stream.
Moonbear, says it takes a village. Those boys have been lucky, have a solid village throughout Shanny's neglect.
That's bullshit. All they had was Shannon. She was a good mother to them. So stop with the fucking bullshit slander. She was a good mother.
Okay, I see a comment. People keep doubting the fact that Shanny's not there. Shanny is not there. I don't know how much more proof y'all want to see, but that's kind of silly that we keep repeating that.
No, you know what? I see that you just want to slander Shanny, so I'm out of here. Bye.
A YouTube creator who is possibly Jason's friend also did a live stream claiming that the police told Jason to limit his live streaming. Apparently, Shanny had been going completely ballistic in the hospital and now wants to press charges. Because of this, the cops allegedly advised Jason to stop live streaming so he wouldn't incriminate himself any further. And speaking of incrimination, it looks like both of them may also be charged for the excessive number of police calls they made during their week-long insanity spiral. Interestingly, ever since Shanny's been gone, Jason has fully doubled down on his drag persona. He's no longer just doing ASMR and commentary. He's turned it into some kind of bizarre thirst trap. He even posted a truly nauseating video that he clearly thought was sexy. This man was literally humping bottles and pleasuring himself while pretending to be Kitty Doom. Around this same time, Jason was also reportedly running a fundraiser to collect money so he could stay in a hotel or somewhere temporary.
Whatever. Oh, yeah. Right now, man.
We can't say exactly where Rev is right now, because nearly a week ago, he posted this and then disappeared. There's a YouTube channel claiming that he once again admitted himself into the hospital, and is now basically using it as his personal hotel.
Folks, how's everyone doing today? We have a Rev update. It seems Rev's plan to go to the quote-unquote rehab, as he says, fell through. He is at the behavioral hospital right now, and they're basically saying, hey, we put you up for tonight, but now you got to go. We are not a hotel. We're here to help people. You got to go. So now he is frantically trying to find a place by contacting anybody that he knows and trying to get help in finding a place to stay. Who knew you couldn't go to a behavioral hospital and stay there for the night and treat it like a hotel? Crazy. I don't know if the uncle forced him to go or what, but he's definitely not at the uncle's right now. So we may be getting the Rev homeless arc pretty soon. That's all I got for you today, folks. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and if you want to help monetarily, Cash App is $CrewedAF. We will see you guys later.
What we are certain of is that this story is far from over. A homeless arc seems very likely, and we honestly don't know what the future holds for these two. But if history has taught us anything, there is a very slim chance either of them will suddenly start making good life choices. So yes, more chaos is probably coming. Maybe a full-blown homeless arc. Who knows? All we really wish is that whatever they do next, they stay the hell off the internet and stop blessing us with their nonsense. That's all for today, guys. If you like this video, make sure to hit like, and feel free to check out more deep dives on the channel.